So in this video, we're going to be looking at how we solve simultaneous equations graphically. Now, it's pretty straightforward, pretty obvious what we're going to do. We're going to draw straight lines, and then we're going to find where the point of intersection is going to be. So when we look at this example here, we've got two equations, y equals 2x plus 6 and y equals 1 minus 3x. I'm going to start by drawing the first line, y equals 2x plus 6. Now we can use the functionality of a calculator to do this, to produce a table, or if we haven't got a calculator or it's a non-calculator paper, we have to do it with a table of values. So I'm going to start off putting values x and y, and I'm going to pick some numbers for x. It doesn't matter what numbers I pick, I'm going to pick them around the centre. That's usually a good point. So here I'm going to have just randomly -3, -1, 0, 1 and 2. Okay, and we're going to create this into a table. So what I'm going to do is for each of these x values, I've got to work out what the corresponding y value is going to be. Now remember, the relationship for this is y equals 2x plus 6. That means y is 2 lots of x plus 6. So when x is 2, we've got to work out what 2 lots of 2 is. So 2 times 2, which is 4, plus 6, and we get an answer of 10. When x is 1, with the same idea, so we do 2 lots of 1, so 2 times 1, plus 6. So 2 times 1 is 2, plus 6, and we're going to get 8 as the answer. And we repeat this for the other values. Okay, so when x is 0, we're going to get 6 as the answer. When x is -1, well, 2 lots of -1 is -2, and -2 plus 6 is 4. And 2 lots of -3 is -6 plus 6 is 0. We now have to plot these points onto our coordinate axes. So -3, 0. -1, 4, 0, 6. Okay, I can put 1, 8 on there. That's where I'm actually going to draw my line from. And 2, 10 is not going to fit on there, so I'm going to ignore that one. So 1, 8 is the last point. I'm going to draw my line from there, and I'm going to make it fill the whole axis, using very carefully with a straight line. So I'm going to use my ruler to fill as much as I can. And then I'm going to label it. So it's y equals 2x plus 6, so I remember which one's which. I'm now going to repeat the exercise for the second graph. So y equals 1, take away 3x. So as before, we could use the functionality of the calculator, or we have to produce a table of values. So I'm going to draw out a table of values here. I'm going to take the same x values. Again, there's no method to this one. I'm just picking something around the centre. And I would say to you, it's a good idea picking certainly a minimum of 3 points, and 4 or 5 points is good to minimise the chance of making mistakes. And as before, we're going to substitute the x value into the relationship. This time y is 1 minus 3x. Put the x value into it and calculate to what the y value will be. So the first one, 1 take away 3 lots of 2. Well, we work out 3 lots of 2 first, which is 6. So 1 take away 6 is -5. Repeating the exercise when we're putting 1 into this one, so it's 1 take away 3 lots of 1. Well, 3 lots of 1 is 3, and 1 take away 3 is going to be -2. And similarly for the other ones. Now, when we get to negative numbers, it's a little bit hard, so let's look at this one on its own. So this is 1 take away 3 lots of -1. So first of all, we need to work out 3 lots of -1. So 3 times -1 is -3. So 1 take away -3. If you remember, 2 minuses become a plus, so it becomes 1 plus 3, which is 4. And by a similar example, the last one is going to be 10. Now we plot our points. Now you can see here that -3, 10, again, doesn't fit on our axes, so I'm going to ignore it. -1, 4, though, works. 0, 1. 1, -2. And 2, -5. And as before, I'm going to join these up with a straight line using my ruler, fill in the whole set of axes if I can, and label the graph. So this is y equals 1 minus 3x. And as I said at the start, the solution to the simultaneous equations now is simply where the two lines cross. And as you can see, these two lines cross at the point -1, 4. In other words, my solutions are x is -1 and y is 4.